everyone, it's Megan from Gingerbread Mama. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I try to foster a really welcoming community here, so please feel free to leave comments about anything related to my videos or my channel. If you've got anything parenting, co-parenting, mental health related, leave it in the comments below. And I love reading them and I love responding to them. I respond to everyone at this point, so please leave comments. I love talking to you. So today I want to talk about co-parenting. A little bit of background about my co-parenting situation. We started co-parenting at 3 months. So my son was 3 months old when we started co-parenting. We broke up while I was pregnant, so then we went through the court systems, and so co-parenting started at 3 months. He lives across the state from me, so it was a long distance situation. So the first few weeks it was, he got him for 2 days and I had him for the rest of the time only because I was nursing the baby, and he was a further distance or else he would have gotten to see him more. Once my milk dried up from the whole situation and not being able to nurse him all the time with him being away for a couple days, we pretty quickly went to 50-50 custody. In the state of Pennsylvania, that is pretty standard, at least in my county, that's pretty standard. So we went to 50-50 custody, so it was a week on, week off. And so it was a huge struggle, huge adjustment to only see my child every other week, especially starting at, I think we started that at about 6 months old. So it was really a struggle for me personally, and for my older son, who was 3 at the time, it was really confusing for him as well. We went through a lot of fighting, we went through a lot of finger pointing, and it was very much a power struggle for a very long time. We were both young, and so things were still very raw, and we were both very immature and dealt with it immaturely. As the years have progressed, we now, since Parker has been in school, he lives mostly with his dad, and I get him 4 days, mostly 4 days a month during the school year, which is excruciating. And let me tell you, sometimes I take him out to his dad's after him having a weekend here, because he's here every other weekend, which equals out to about 4 days a month. When I have him and I go to take him back, sometimes it's just another day. I deal with it, I come home. Days like yesterday, I took him back. We didn't do anything special over the weekend that made it any different, but I took him back, and when I got out of the car and I gave him a great big hug, it suddenly hit me like the very first time all over again, that I was giving my baby away to someone else. And it sucks, it really sucks, but if you are living closer to, you live in the same town or a few towns away, or in a city where you're not so far away from each other, I encourage you to have a really open, really good, solid relationship with this person if it's possible, for the child's sake, for your own sake. Nobody wants to go without seeing their kid for 2 weeks. Nobody wants to deal with wondering whether or not you've been told everything. When you're in a situation where the communication is lacking, and a lot of the time they think that you're doing things to spite them, or you feel that they're doing things to spite you, it's just not really a healthy situation for anyone. And so if you can put your own feelings aside, put their feelings aside, put aside any animosity that you used to have. Clearly there was something, or else you wouldn't be co-parenting, you'd be together. So put all of that aside for the child's sake. I urge you strongly to have a good communication system if possible. I know my situation isn't ideal. A lot of people don't have an ideal situation. There's a lot of things that happen. But if you can, try really hard for your child to make it seem seamless and have a good relationship with the other person, even if it is purely for your child. I've seen people that are able to have meals with their child's other parent. They've been able to do even holiday dinners together sometimes, or birthdays. At the very least, try to do birthdays together if you can. Now, I understand that a lot of the time you end up doing 2 birthdays, 2 Christmases, 2 Thanksgivings. Everything is in twos because nobody can get along, nobody can be civil enough to make that work. And I understand that, and that's just life. But if you're able to, I absolutely see huge things happen for these children when their parents are able to be together in the same room for their sake for an hour or 2 on their birthday or Christmas or Thanksgiving, just to feel like they've got this huge, well-rounded support system around them. And I'm not by any means saying that if that's not the situation that you are in, that isn't possible. But if you are able to make it a seamless unit, it's all the better for your kids. I don't have that, but I do really hope that someday we can have that, and we can do that for my son and be way more civil than we are now. We communicate, but it's on a absolute need-to-know basis for the most part, and it's really kind of sad. I wish that we could communicate better. So if you're going through a co-parenting situation, or if you've just started one, please tell me your story. Tell me what you're going through. Tell me if you guys are able to do things together. Give it to me straight. I want to know everything. Go ahead and give me your story in the comments below. I will read them. I respond to everybody, so please feel free to comment with any questions that you might have for me, any suggestions you might have for future videos. I will be doing the featured comment and the shout out for channels next week, so if you have a channel you absolutely love, please leave that down there too. If you like my videos, please subscribe and give this one a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Remember, there's no such thing as a cookie cutter life. Good night.